This will be for the con exercise, unit fraction exponents. So one thing you need to know for this exercise, if you have a number or variable, let's say x to the power of a over b, and you translate that to the radical symbol, okay, the base number is x, the root is going to be in the denominator, so that's the b root, and this whole thing is to the power of a. Okay, you can also write it as x to the power of a and the b root of that whole thing. So when you have a fractional exponent, a over b, the numerator is going to be the exponent, and the denominator is going to be the root. All right, so like I said, x to the power of a over b, the numerator a is the exponent, so that's either right here or right here, and the root is, the denominator is the root, so the b is the small number right outside of the radical symbol. All right, so we want to know which radical expression is equivalent to a to the 1/5, and we're just going to choose one answer. All right, so I prefer to do the problem first before going to the multiple choices. You can certainly peek at the choices if you want. All right, we have a to the 1/5, and we're going to translate that to a with a radical symbol. Okay, we said the denominator, I'll do it in a different color here. We said the denominator is the root, and we said the numerator is the exponent. All right, so we keep the a and we put it under the radical symbol, and we can see the root is in the denominator, so that's 5, and the exponent is in the numerator, so that's 1. This whole thing is raised to the power of 1. Now, if something is raised to the power of 1, you can just leave it out. You can just omit it. You don't need to raise something to the power of 1. So we just keep this as the 5th root of a. That's it. You don't need to raise it to the power of 1. Okay, so right here, 5th root of a. Which exponent is equivalent to radical k? All right. So we're going to start with radical k. And just for your information, when you have the radical symbol without the root number there, it is automatically the square root, or root 2. All right, so we can put a 2 right here. And when there's no exponent on the variable, it's automatically a 1. So we can put a 1 right there and a 2 right there. So we have our k, and we want to make the fractional exponent. We said the we said the exponent was the numerator. And we said the root was the denominator. All right, so the fraction here, the numerator is going to be 1, and the denominator is going to be 2. So it's just k to the 1/2. The square root of k is the same as k to the 1/2. Again, it happened to be answer A. All right, here we have y to the 1/7. And we said for the fractional exponent, the numerator is going to be the new exponent, and the denominator is going to be the root. So we keep the y. We put it under the radical symbol. Okay, and the root is 7. So right outside of the radical symbol, it's a 7. And that whole thing is raised to the first power. All right, you can put it there, or you can put it right there. But the truth is, when it's raised to the first power, you can just leave it out or omit. So we don't need the first power. All right, we just have the 7th root of y. Answer B. Okay, one more, 5th root of c. And when there's no exponent, you can just put an exponent of 1. Okay, we said the exponent is going to be the numerator, and the root is going to be the denominator. So we keep the c. We keep c. The numerator is 1 on the fractional exponent, and the denominator is 5. So that's it, c to the 1/5. Actually, I'll just do one more. All right, right here, we have c to the 1/2. All right, remember that the numerator is the exponent, and the denominator is the root. All right, so we keep the c, and we put our radical symbol. The root is just 2. That goes right outside of the radical symbol. And the exponent is 1. But we said when it's to the first power, we can omit that. We don't need it. And really, when the root is 2, that's just square root. We can leave that off as well. So it's just radical c. Okay, for square root, when the root is 2, you don't need to write the number. So I just wanted to clear that up.